The fish bones refused to be lifted, not by the chief's son, not by the elders, not by any strong man in the village. But when a thin girl in rags stepped forward, the bones jumped into her hands. And that was the moment everyone realized this was never just a fish. On the hills above that river lived a girl named Mwende. Every day, when the weak winter sun stood high in the sky, Mwende walked her father's cattle down to the river to drink. Her feet were bare, her clothes were thin and torn, and her heart was heavy. Since her mother died, life had changed. Her father remarried a woman whose heart was hard and bitter. This stepmother treated her own daughter, Tamaa, like royalty. Warm clothes, full meals, and rest all day. But Mwende, she worked from sunrise to sunset and survived on scraps. One afternoon, as the cattle drank, Mwende sat by the river bank and finally let herself cry. Her only friend, a skinny but loyal dog, came close and licked her tears. Then the wind carried a voice. "Why are you crying, child?" Startled, Mwende looked around. No one was there. Again the voice came, this time clearer. "Why are you crying?" She leaned closer to the water. From the muddy river rose the head of a fish, its scales dark like iron. But this was no ordinary fish. Its eyes were old, ancient. "I am starving," Mwende said softly. "My dog and I are given almost nothing to eat. My stepmother keeps all the food for herself and her daughter." The fish studied her. "This is injustice," it said. Then it revealed its true nature. "I am a water spirit, guardian of this river. I take the form of a fish so humans do not fear me." The water rippled around it. "Wait here." The spirit vanished beneath the surface. Moments later, it returned with food for Mwende and a bone for her dog. "Eat," the spirit said, "but tell no one. Humans destroy what they cannot control." Day after day, the river spirit fed Mwende and her dog. Slowly, strength returned to her body. Her cheeks filled. Her ribs no longer showed. Even her dog began to run again, and this change did not go unnoticed. At home, Mwende's stepmother watched with narrowing eyes. "How is this girl growing strong when I give her nothing?" she hissed. When Mwende refused to eat Tamaa's leftovers, the stepmother exploded. "You are stealing food," she accused. "Tell me where you get it." But Mwende remembered the spirit's warning. She stayed silent. Furious, the stepmother sent Tamaa to spy on her. Tamaa followed Mwende to the river and hid among the reeds. She watched as the water parted and the fish appeared. She watched food rise from the river itself, and jealousy burned in her chest. When she told her mother, the stepmother's anger turned into something darker. A plan. That night, she smiled sweetly at her husband. "I no longer want the food you give me," she said. "Tomorrow, bring me fish." When Mwende heard this, fear wrapped around her heart. At dawn, she ran to the river and warned the spirit. "That means I will die," the spirit said calmly. Then it gave her final instructions. "When my flesh is eaten and my bones are thrown away, find them. My bones will still carry my power." That day, Mwende saw fish traps by the river. She called out, but the water stayed silent. That night, hunger returned. Mwende watched in horror as her stepmother ate the fish slowly, cruelly stripping the flesh from the bones. When she was done, she ordered Tamaa to throw the bones away. The bones landed in a field where the chief's son worked. He tried to pick them up, but they slipped from his hands. So did his father. So did the elders. The chief declared, "Any woman who can lift these bones will marry my son." Women came from everywhere. None succeeded. Finally, an old woman spoke. "There is one girl who has not come, Mwende. She is nothing," the stepmother sneered. "She wears rags." "Bring her," the chief said. Mwende arrived in torn clothes, trembling. She bent down. The bones leapt into her hands and stayed. Gasps filled the air. For the first time in years, hope filled her chest. The river spirit had kept its promise. This story teaches us that kindness is watched, suffering is recorded, and destiny does not forget who was good in the dark. If this story moved you, remember, the river still speaks. Subscribe, like, share, and comment on this video. What did you learn? Let me hear about it.